Hi friends, you welcome to Sri Guru Raghavendra Banking Coaching Center. So here we are discussing current affairs of 1st February, 1st Feb 2026. We will start discussing one by one. Have a look at this particular one. The first and foremost one, the Union Minister, Union Environment Minister recently announced the addition of 2 new wetlands to India's Ramsar list. With this addition, how many wetlands are now designated as Ramsar sites in India? So, new Ramsar sites, 2 new Ramsar sites. New Ramsar sites. So, Union Environmental Minister announced these 2 wetlands to India's Ramsar list. Now with this particular one, the now designated Ramsar sites in India reached to 98. So earlier it was 96 and then now it's reached to 98. Total 98 Ramsar sites. So here the total wetlands in India is now reached 98 under the Ramsar Convention. The first and the 97th one is Patna Bird Sanctuary. This is the one. The other one is that Charidand. Charidand wetland reserve. These two are announced officially Ramsar sites. This Patna Bird Sanctuary is located in UP, Uttar Pradesh. Then don't think that Patna is a part of Bihar kabatti. No, it's a Patna Bird Sanctuary. Patna Bird Sanctuary. It was founded in 1991 and 1991 it was introduced or founded. So it is the smallest bird sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh. UP is the smallest sanctuary. And this one Charidand wetland is a Bunny grasslands, edge of the Bunny grasslands, Kutch district of Gujarat. Located in Kutch district of Gujarat. There's a point. So here this is home for this particular Patna 97th one. Patna Bird Sanctuary is the home for special species like your comb ducks, very famous for comb duck, and Eurasian vision, and then Indian spot-billed duck. Indian spot-billed duck. These are very famous in this particular Patna sanctuary. And in this particular one, this Chari, Chari means a salt anamata. Ee Kutch prantam anta ade kada, salt water. So Chari means salty, and Dand means shallow wetlands. Dand means shallow anamata. That is the one. So then it is a home for black-necked stark, stork, STORK, black-necked stork, and Indian skimmer, bird anamata. వీటికి బాగా famous. So that is the one. This area also famous for a Chirbhatti or a ghost light center. This particular area very famous for Chirbhatti. Very famous for Chirbhatti or a ghost light center. An unexplained glowing phenomena seen on a dark night across the bunny grasslands and that is one. So our correct answer is 98. D is the correct one. D is the correct one. Important facts ganaka konni chuste like India became the signatory of this particular one. India became the signatory of this in this particular Ramsar sites. I'll add here. India became signatory to the Ramsar Convention. India signed on Ramsar Convention in 1982. And India is the one of the contacting parties to the Ramsar Convention, which was signed. Ramsar, this convention officially started in Ramsar Convention officially started in 1971. India signed in 1982. So then Tamil Nadu currently has the highest number of Ramsar sites. Tamil Nadu highest number of Ramsar sites in India. Ramsar sites, and then with the 18 sites and meta, with followed by UP, Uttar Pradesh with the 10 sites. 10 sites. India's Ramsar wetlands constitute about 10% of the total wetland area. India's wetlands comprises of 10% of world Ramsar wetlands. World's Ramsar sites. And globally, then UK is having highest number of these Ramsar sites in the world, 175 sites. And then second place occupied by Mexico. Mexico with the 142 sites. And Bolivia has the largest area under Ramsar. Largest area under Ramsar protection. There is a context in matter. According to the National Wetland Inventory and Assessment by ISRO, India's wetland cover approximately 1,52,600 square kilometers. So India's geographical area lo, these wetlands occupied 4.63%. These occupied 4.63%. The National Wetland Inventory Prakaram, National Wetland Inventory Assessment by ISRO ఇచ్చిన assessment prakaram, then 1,52,600 square kilometers occupied by then these wetlands in India. These are the points then we have to focus more on. So that's all about this one. Moving to the next question. New Country Partnership Framework, NCPF. New Country Partnership Framework for 2026-2031 recently in the news has been signed between India and which of the following institutions are to that? So Asian Development Bank, no. International Monetary Fund, Kadu, that is World Bank, correct one, and not this one. So new agreement, new country partnership framework, new country partnership framework for this particular duration 2026 2031. Recently news has been signed between India and World Bank. India and World Bank. So our answer is answer C is the correct one. C is the correct one. Like we will discuss something about this NCPF. As I mentioned earlier, NCPF is a new country partnership framework. Then this particular framework new country partnership framework. This is a in projects, then whatever they are going to introduce, a massive projects and those. So the new partnership framework. Generally, like if any new projects is they're going to get introduced, and to accelerate the private sector led job creation, improving the climate resilience, investing in human capital, particularly for women and youth, this particular one is focused. That is the main objective here. So World Bank Group, here we have to add World Bank Group. World Bank Group and India announced a new country partnership framework for this particular duration. Celebrate India's transition to a, which celebrates India's transition to high income nation. And with the aligning with the Vikasit Bharat Vision 2047. So this framework focuses on three main pillars. The first and foremost one is that accelerating private sector led job creation. This is the first and foremost one. The second one is that and climate resilience. And the third one is that human capital, investment in human capital. These are the three pillars under this particular program in between India and World Bank. So answer C is the correct one. Moving to the next one, an important one. So have a look at this particular regional rural banks are regulated by which authority? So regional rural banks is supervised by NABARD, and regional rural banks are regulated by RBI, like all the banks, how they move. So answer then, if you observe here, then mentioned regulated, it's not NABARD, not Minister of Finance, it is absolutely Reserve Bank of India, not even state government and Indian Bankers Association. So then the answer absolutely C is the correct one. So like you can have a look at this entities like involved in regional rural banks. So Ministry of Finance has approved the amalgamation of recent 15 RRBs under the one roof, that is one state, one RRB policy, effective from May 1st, 2025. And then regional rural banks established, this was set up under Narasimhan Committee of 1976 Enactment 1976. New bank was introduced in 1975. That is 2nd October. That is Pratham Gramin Bank. Published on 2nd October 1975. And RRBs are scheduled commercial banks operating in specific regions to serve rural needs. And ownership of the structure, then if you observe, 15% state government, 50% central government, and 35% sponsored by the sponsored bank. Sources of the funds is that RRBs are funds via owned funds, deposits and borrowings from NABARD, sponsor banks, SIDBI, NHB, etc. RRB Act 2015 amendment can raise the capital from sources beyond the government sponsored banks. Beyond the government sponsored bank, it's possible. And priority sector lending wise, then if you observe, 75% of PSL, 75% of priority sector lending they have to maintain. Earlier it was 60%. And lending to the priority sectors, then they have to spend 70% of their A and BC. Adjusted net bank credit, 75% they have to. And regulated by Reserve Bank of India and supervised by the NABARD. And like then we can come across with several points here. And so just to have striken this one. Management structure governed by the board of directors comprising one chairman up to 3 central government nominees, up to 2 state government nominees, and 3 nominees from the sponsor bank. That is the context. Initial number was 196 regional rural banks. Later they became reduced to 43, and now it is earlier it was 228. Now it is one in a state, one in each state. So finally it's 28. Offer basic banking in rural and semi-urban areas. Functions, then if you observe, these banks offers basic banking in rural and semi-urban areas and disburse wages under MGNREGA and handle pension payments, which provides digital and para-banking services like UPI, debit cards, lockers, mobile internet banking services, etc. So answer C is the correct one here we have. Moving to the next one. Which institution recently announced the model of India's first AI-enabled state university? AI-enabled state university. There is the options are given: Banaras Hindu University, and Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Aligarh University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, and University of Delhi. So India has taken a major step towards the integrating artificial intelligence into higher education with the launch of its AI-enabled university. AI-enabled university. University, then which is aimed to transform learning strategies, teaching, administration, and starting with the all these things, starting with the Chaudhary Charan Singh University. Charan Singh University, that is which is located in Meerut, UP, Uttar Pradesh. So Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has partnered with the Google Cloud and Chaudhary Charan Singh University to build a scalable national model of AI-powered higher education. There's a part. Ministry of Skill Development, MSDE, and Google Cloud, and Chaudhary Charan Singh University. Then these three are joining hands to provide partnered with Google Cloud to provide industry partnership for the AI education. So answer B is the correct one here. Moving to the next one. A Goan neonatologist Armida Fernandez. Armida Fernandez has been awarded which civilian honor entered? Which civilian honor? So not Bharat Ratna, not Padma Vibhushan, not Padma Bhushan. She got Padma Shri award, gallantry award card. So D Padma Shri is the correct answer. Answer D is the correct one. Goa belonging neonatologist. నియోనాటల్ అంటే నియోనాటల్ డెత్స్ అనే వర్డ్ మనం వింటూ ఉంటాం. చిన్నపిల్లలు అంటే ఫస్ట్ 21 డేస్లో పిల్లల్ని నియోనాటల్ అంటారు. నియోనాటల్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద పర్సన్? అర్మిడా ఫెర్నాండెస్. has been awarded which civilian honor entered? That is Padma Shri. She is a renowned neonatologist from Goa and has been conferred Padma Shri, India's fourth highest civilian award, in recognition of her outstanding contribution to outstanding contribution to neonatal health care. Neonatal health care and child welfare. So answer D is the correct one here. Moving to the next one, veteran space scientist Dr. A.E. Muttunayagam has been awarded which honor in 2026? Not Bharat Ratna అసలు అనౌన్స్ చేయలేదు కదా. నాట్ పద్మవిభూషణ్, పద్మభూషణ్, పద్మశ్రీ, శాంతి స్వరూప్ భట్నాగర్ గారు కూడా కాదు. సైంటిస్ట్ అంటున్నాం కాబట్టి శాంతి స్వరూప్ అనుకుంటారు, బట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ యాజ్ వెల్. ఇండియన్ స్పేస్ సైంటిస్ట్, హిజ్ ఇండియన్ స్పేస్ సైంటిస్ట్ and a former DRDO Director General. A DRDO Director General was awarded Padma Shri in 2026 in recognition of his significant contributions to space and defense research. Defense research in India. So answer D is the correct one. What is the name of the person? Dr. A.E. Muttunayagam. Moving to the next one, Sir Mark Tully, who passed away recently, was associated with which field అంటున్నాడు? ఆప్షన్ స్పోర్ట్స్ కాదు, ఈజ్ అ జర్నలిస్ట్. లిటరేచర్, పాలిటిక్స్, డిప్లొమసీ కాదు, ఈజ్ అ జర్నలిస్ట్. ఆన్సర్ బి ఈజ్ ద కరెక్ట్ వన్. సో సర్ మార్క్ టలీ, renowned journalist and author, and best known for his long association with BBC, British broadcast ఉంది కదా, BBC, and for his insightful reporting and writings on India's social and political life. Very famous to writings on India's social and political life. Social and political life. India's social and political life. There is a point. So answer B is the correct one. Next one, PV Sindhu made history by becoming the first Indian shuttler to achieve which milestone? అంటున్నాడు. So like recording 500 career singles wins. 500 career singles owned by PV Sindhu. 500 career singles. PV Sindhu. Not easy task. 500 career singles. And PV Sindhu became the first Indian badminton player to record this 500 career. 500 career singles. This is the one. So recording 500 career singles wins. So answer C is the correct one. PV Sindhu. Moving to the next one. Sunetra Pawar is said to be sworn in as the first women deputy chief minister of which of Indian states? That is Maharashtra. She is the wife of Ajit Pawar. Wife of Ajit Pawar, and this Ajit Pawar is a nephew of Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar's nephew is Ajit Pawar. Ajit Pawar's wife is Sunetra Pawar. Sunetra Pawar, she appointed as a deputy chief minister of which Indian state? That state is Maharashtra. Answer C is the correct one. Moving to the next one. Indian Coast Guard was established in which year and year? Indian Coast Guard. This Indian Coast Guard is in news we have. The Indian Coast Guard established in so 1977. It was established in 1977. 1977 ఇచ్చాడు మనకు ఆప్షన్స్ లో. So that is answer D is the correct one. Indian Coast Guard was established in which year అన్నాడు. And then it was established in 1977, and recently completed 50 years. That is golden jubilee. Golden jubilee. 50 years is called golden jubilee. So golden jubilee is a correct entity. ICC, Indian Coast Guard. Indian Coast Guard, ICG, 50th Rising Day. '50th Rising Day, making 5 decades of the dedicated service in the safeguarding India's maritime interests, and established on 1st February 1977. That is a part. So answer C is the correct one. Answer C is the correct one. The Indian Army has declared 2026 as the year of networking and data centric, primarily to achieve which objective? Expansion, troop strength, accelerating digital transaction through the AI enabled warfare, and real-time decision making. Absolutely correct, this one. No. So answer B is the correct one ikkada. So accelerating digital transformation, main objective is that accelerating digital transformation. So accelerating a digital transformation is a main objective. Accelerating digital transformation, enabled warfare and real-time decision making. So then enabling warfare and real-time decision making. Real-time decision making. That is the context. So answer B is the correct one. So 2026 year is declared by the Indian Army as a year of networking and data centricity, primarily to achieve accelerating digital transformation through AI-enabled warfare and real-time decision making. That is the point here. So answer B is the correct one. These are the MCQs we have. We'll discuss some more in a coming session. Thank you.